Low motivation. I think we all have those days where we just don't feel like doing anything. And today is one of those days for me. I just, I'm having a hard time getting my brain in order because we did have the time change yesterday, and that always throws me off. Even though you would think that spring forward would be less stressful than fall back, but the time change just messes us up, or at least me. So, what do I do when I have low motivation? Well, so far this morning, I have moved the treadmill in our front porch and rearranged things out there a little bit, swept and vacuumed, and started a load of laundry because when I can't think, it's a good time to catch up on some of the more active things around the house. Yesterday, JT and I went to a book release in Reno at the Riverside Gallery, and I'll talk more about that in probably tomorrow's video. I was going to do a video about it today, but like I said, just lacking motivation. Another challenge on the motivation front is lack of engagement because seems like no matter how I try, no matter how many different platforms I use, I get, a few people here and there, and I do appreciate everybody who responds and comments and things like that. But in the meantime, not feeling incredibly motivated if nobody's really paying attention to what I'm putting out there. It's not going to stop me though, so here I am doing my daily video with, you know, not a lot of brains, not a lot of motivation, but still putting in the work. And I think it's important to remember that those kinds of days are okay. I may not be creating the most exciting video in the world, and I think up to this point, not many of my videos have been very exciting, but JT and I will be taking a road trip here in a few weeks, so things will pick up then, and we'll see how my cinematography skills go as we are traveling across the country. I actually am looking forward to that, and it will be a lot of fun. It will also be very exhausting. It's really challenging when you're on the road and you have no motivation because can't really go home right away. The trip across the US, if you haven't done it or if you live in another country, takes 3 to 4 days at least to get from one coast to the other. Now, we won't be leaving from the Pacific coast, but we will be going to the Atlantic coast, and it will be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, I've got things to do here because my Restless Spirits Book 2 is about to go into edits. While that's being edited, I want to revise Restless Spirits Book 3 because when I get the initial edits back from my editors, I'm going to need to work on that before we hit the road because the second round of edits actually, I think, start while we're on the road. So I'm going to have a quick turnaround time on that. And if I have low motivation days, well, too bad, because if I don't get back in time for my deadline, my book will be pushed off even more. So that will be a motivating factor, even if I'm not feeling motivated. And having those two books in the pipeline right now is a little bit challenging. But it's interesting because last year JT released a lot of books. This year he stepped back a little bit. He was working on book 4 of his Sheriff in Nevada series. But if you watched or listened to our podcast yesterday, March 8th, it was a lot of it was about the fact that he wasn't really feeling motivated on that book right now. And he didn't like the way the book was going. I think he has 20 something thousand words so far. So he's shelved the book for now. He has another book in mind. But in the meantime, he's revising the manuscript that he plans to have released this summer. Excuse me. Dust. So that will be probably coming in July, I think. But the next release we have is March 17th, which is a week from tomorrow. And that will be fun. We're going to have a release party at Kama Coffee here in Carson City. and it will be for JT's prequel novella trilogy compilation, Finding Salvation. That's a tongue twister if I ever heard one. We're looking forward to that. And, in the meantime, we're just trying to get some things done because we are about to head into the busy season of the year. The other thing I really want to focus on once I get Restless Books. Yes, you can tell my brain is not braining today. Restless Spirits Book 3, I want to get that into editing because I want to concentrate on getting Battleborn Bride done. Now, Battleborn Bride is really exciting because I am doing some changes to my original plan, and I've already talked to someone at the Sierra Arts Foundation about doing a release party for that book in October because it's going to be Nevada themed. It's going to be revolving around Nevada statehood, and October is Nevada Day. October 31st is Nevada Day. That is the day that Nevada became a state. So the timing on that is going to be perfect. I'm excited with the changes that I'm planning to make to this, and I want to get it done because I need to get that to the editors in time to have the book ready to go in October. So I hope you'll follow along with me on that journey because I'm a little stressed and I need a little bit of a push here and there to make sure I get things done in time. Today is March 9th, 2026, so that gives me, we're in the third month, so 6-ish months to get the book written, revised, edited, cover, design done. And I may actually do my own cover for that book because I've long had an image in my mind of what I want it to look like. So I'm going to attempt to do it myself first, and then we'll see how that goes. If I'm not satisfied with my initial attempts, then I will try a cover designer. Also, I was playing around down in the basement, which I've mentioned we don't really do much of anything down there because of the water issues. But I found an easel that a former supervisor gave me, and a painter's easel, and I set that up, and I found some of my old canvases. I mean, old, they're new, but I've had them for quite a while, and my paints and things like that. So I'm going to start painting. I have a big open space down there. I have lots of places to hang things once I'm done painting them. And I have an idea in mind for an art exhibit for maybe next year. We'll see if I actually get enough pieces done to be able to do something for next year, but that could be fun. And I am going to say what it is. I'm not going to tease too much here. What I'd like to do is a series of art pieces that are related to the books that JT and I have released. And then I'm hoping that maybe we could set up an exhibit at the Depot Gallery in Sparks where I would be showing the artwork that I've done that's related to the books, and then have the books on display as well so you can see both the book and the art. And I would have, I don't know how large the canvases would be, probably not huge. I might do one or two large ones, but I'm not in any way a professional painter, but I have taken art classes, and I have entered art contests and things like that. So, I mean, it's just like with writing. Sometimes you just have to try things. So we'll see if we can do a joint art/book exhibit next year that would maybe promote both our art and our books. And if that works, I may make maybe postcards or something of my artwork that could be, you know, much less expensive, of course, and, you know, postcard size or something like that, little prints that we could sell when we're doing book events because we want to diversify our little bookstore, our pop-up that we take out for events. And we do have a new banner coming for that, so look look for the CC and JT Amateur Hour. Probably we will be unveiling that banner, or maybe JT's page. But JT designed the banner. I'm still a little iffy about how I feel. We'll see what people think about it, and that will most likely be revealed in the next couple of weeks because we do have an event coming up on April 4th an outdoor event. I believe we will probably be taking our pop-up to that. We'll see. But got some exciting ideas in mind. So it will be interesting to see if anybody has actually watched this video, because I have revealed some things that I haven't talked about much before, like, for example, the idea of doing an art exhibit. So if you have watched this, then you are one of the very few people I have told. I think JT may be the only other person, because I'm not ready to really talk to anybody about that just yet. We'll see. And it may not be a 2027 project, it may be 2028. But I think it would be fun. We do have a lot of books in a lot of different categories. So I think that doing some art that is related to those books could be a fun way to both promote our books and promote maybe a little bit of an art career on the side. I've always enjoyed graphic design and art and sketching and things like that. And I've done a few pieces that I'm really proud of, but for the most part, I'm definitely an amateur. You might call me a primitive. But those are some of my thoughts on this day when my brain is not braining and when I've just been puttering around the house doing some chores. So if you are having one of those days, please know that I feel you. I understand completely. If you have no motivation to even putter around the house, then just take a day off. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's something that JT and I have been talking about, because we tend to eat, sleep, breathe, work for our little company. And we are tired, and we are retired because we did leave our former careers to do this kind of in our free time, if you want to call it that. But really, our free time is all of our time. So, yeah, be careful what you wish for. We'll see if any of this actually takes off, if this channel takes off. I'm not seeing signs of that happening. I have gained a few new followers, and that's been exciting. I don't know if they're really watching the videos, but if not, I'll still keep putting them out there, because, like I said, part of it is that I'm documenting what I'm doing in my life. It will be fun to look back at these and think that, gosh, I don't remember what I did on that specific day. And if I want to, since obviously I'm not doing anything really exciting today, I can look back and think, oh, that's what happened. I will say, though, that today is a memorable day because it is March 9th, which is my dad's birthday. I have not told my dad that I'm doing these videos, so I'm pretty sure he will never see this, but I wanted to say happy birthday to my dad. He is 85 years old today, and he's still puttering around the house fixing things. I mean, he's not one of those people that just sits around in a rocking chair watching the sunset. He's definitely working on his house, working on his property. He has a 59-acre property, so he has a lot of land to play with. He's still traveling. Um, yeah, I'm actually impressed. Hopefully, if I have his genetics, I will still be doing this when I'm 85. So we'll see. I don't know about daily, but it would be fun to see over the course of the next 20 or so years what I do with my life. Because, if I have another 2 decades, that could be a lot of books, a lot of videos, a lot of artwork, a lot of, you know, time with my family, my husband, my kids, my grandkids, potentially great grandkids. So, it's possible that could happen. And on the other hand, maybe not, because my mother's side of the family did not have long lives. So my mother was 74 when she passed away. And, thinking about maybe only having another decade is a little sobering, because I don't know how much I could get done in 10 years. 20 years seems like a lot longer. We'll see. But you can't really tell for sure. And I think I don't want to go too far down that road right now. It's better to think happy thoughts like my 85-year-old dad still working on his house and traveling and doing all kinds of fun stuff, and thinking that maybe I'll be doing the same thing when I'm 85. We'll see. In the meantime, I thank you for joining me again with this ramble through my thoughts because that's pretty much what I do. I do have a couple of ideas for potential videos coming up. Like I mentioned, I will probably talk tomorrow about the book release that we went to yesterday. And I have an idea kind of related to another video I did recently where I may expand on a few thoughts. So these aren't all completely unplanned, even though they're unscripted and mostly unedited. Every once in a while, I will clip things together or clip something out. Really, the most editing I do is trimming off the beginning and the ending to make it all seamless, and then just post it. I will say, though, the video I did yesterday about Ireland was a lot of fun because I got a chance to revisit some old photos that we took. And if you have not seen that one, it's not incredibly exciting, but it is a little bit of fun, especially as we head towards St. Patrick's Day. So I hope you'll check out some of my other videos. I've got over 60 now in this playlist for The Life of a Writer 2026, where I am posting daily videos. I'm still going strong so far. We're 60 something days in, and if I can manage to continue this for the rest of the year, I will be very impressed with myself. Once that happens, we'll see if I continue to do it next year. It's possible because I am having a lot of fun with it. So, unless something major happens, I might continue this on for the indefinite future, but who knows? Because we never know what tomorrow might bring. Anyway, that's enough babbling. I thank you for joining me. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.